Okay, I'm back. We're going to go to Psalms, the second chapter. Psalms, the second chapter. And it reads, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Somebody say, Ecclesiasticus 3:24. Many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion is overthrown the judgment. That's why people imagine a vain thing, because Satan and the devil got into their minds to have them think wrong. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Most High and against his anointed. Anointed is who? Mashayach. That's what it means. The anointed. Saying, and we the people, his chosen people, the 12 tribes of Israel, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Hear that? Break their bands, don't do anything for them. Let them always be at the bottom, because they're the chosen people of the Most High. While we on top, let us cut them off. That's why there's nothing for us. Nothing set up for us. Everything that's set up for us, you see, is being slowly taken away. He that sitteth in the heavens, the Most High, shall laugh. Hear that? He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Most High shall have them in derision. They ain't gonna know which way they go. The Most High gonna have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. I mean, the Mashayach, you look at Revelation 19:11, he's coming to judge and make war. Yet have I set my king for my holy hill of Zion, Mashayach Yahawashi. I will declare the decree the Most High have said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. I showed you when the angels brought him to the Ancient of Days. He was given dominion and glory and the kingdom that's going to last forever and ever and never. So I will declare the decree the Most High have said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. You hear that? Ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen. That's the other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. The majority of the earth for your possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. You hear that? He's going to break them with the law of the Most High. Especially all you that's saying, we ain't under the law. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. I showed you Isaiah 60:12. All the nations that don't want to serve him, they're going to perish. Yeah, they should be utterly wasted. He's going to break them like throwing a clay pot on the ground hard as you can, and it break in pieces. That's what he's saying. Verse 9, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Say, be wise now, therefore, all ye kings, be instructed. These kings of this earth now are not being instructed by those of us that are bringing his truth, his prophets in his last days. But the Most High telling you, be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed. Ye judges of the earth, serve the Most High with fear, and rejoice with trembling. You say, serve the Most High with fear. Fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. You say, serve the Most High with fear, and rejoice with trembling. So You're having a good time, but you're supposed to do it with truth, knowing what your verdict is. Kiss the son, lest he be angry. Say, kiss my son, Mashayach Yahawashi, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way. You be destroyed from the way. He said, I am the way. Show you how to follow the truth that's going to lead to everlasting life. St. John 14:6. No man cometh to the Father but by him. He said, kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. That's why I say he's going to destroy all these places in 1 hour. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Go on to the Most High on our behalf. No man comes to the Father but by him. So we go on to the Most High on our behalf. And that's how we have the spiritual power from the Most High. All praises to the Most High. About Shalom, Mashayach, Lord Yah, his glorious and holy name. Oh yes. Let's look at Psalms, the 10th chapter. David was a prophet, rolling with the spirit of a Mashayach. Because it tells us in 1 Peter's 1st chapter, verse 10 and 11. So Psalms, the 10th chapter. Look what he dropped here. Why standest thou far off, O Most High? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? This ain't nothing that's new. Jacob's trouble say, hey, but he's prophesying about our times of trouble, more so than ever been on the earth, people, and what's to come. Listen, the wicked in his pride, and we know Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He who is the wicked covered the faces, I mean the way they look, of the judges who are Mashayach Yahawashi, the Most High of Mashayach Yahawashi, and the children of Israel. He, the wicked, covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Who did it? Okay, let's open up your Bibles and look. You see. The wicked, in his pride, does persecute the poor. You know? The wicked in his pride is persecuting the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Let the devices they have imagined be taken on them. Like devices that they imagine and putting crack cocaine and all the things they put in the neighborhoods for the Israelites, the poor Israelites, backfired on them. You know, pills and so forth. All the things they put on the Israelites for the poor Israelites, backfiring on them. All the people that's dying from overdoses and so forth of them. This is what he's saying. The prophecy coming true. The wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasts of his heart desire. The wicked boasts, bragging about everything his mind desires. And blessed the covetous whom the Most High abhorreth. Yeah? A blessed all the things that you're going to try to desire, you can desire, that's of someone else. Including getting all the land from the east coast to the west coast, from the north to the south. Of this Western Hemisphere. And all other places that they stolen. Europe and all places. They came out across the mountains, started in 1453 and started to take down known Israelites that were ruling the Byzantine Empire, what they call the Dark Ages. See? See, our people don't consider because we don't know anything about true history. All we know about is what it is that was given to us by our oppressors. Psalms 10 and 3 again. For the wicked boasteth of his heart, the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. And blessed the covetous whom the Most High abhorreth. See, the Most High said in the commandments, you ain't supposed to be coveting. But that's what they do. They teach that. They live that. They apply that in their life. You can look at the movies. This is what our people are doing. They follow suit. That's why there's going to be a whole lot of goats that think they sheep. They're going to be right on the left side with the goats. The Most High told us this in Exodus 20 and 17. Exodus 20 and 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. So he said, hey, but he just said they was coveting. The wicked covet. The Most High told us in Exodus 20 and 17, we ain't supposed to covet anything. Just to show you how the things that the Most High say we are not to do, they do. They promote it. So you wonder why the judgment gonna come down, because they're doing the things that's opposite to what the Most High say how we should be. Look. Verse 3 of Psalm the 10th chapter. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Most High abhorreth, who the Most High hateth. Abhorreth means the Most High hateth. That's why he told us don't do it in Exodus 20th chapter. Verse 4, the wicked through the pride of his countenance, walking around with his head up thinking he all that, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. See, that's what you look at. The wicked person let you know, even outside from those that are the wicked that was described in Job 9:24, those that are programmed to not follow this, they wicked. You can act however you want to act, but you wicked if you fall into the category of the wicked. Who are you talking about? Who's the subject? Oh, right, the wicked. The wicked that are brought forth their program, the way you should be, to be wicked like them. And if you are Israelite, you wicked too. You the wicked too. Listen, verse 4, the wicked through the pride of his countenance. So you wicked people out there that's prideful through the way you conduct yourself will not seek after the Most High. They ain't gonna be studying. They ain't gonna seek after the Most High. They still caught up in, some of you still caught up in whatever religion you came from. All you gotta do is pray to the Most High, and that's all I gotta do. No, you gotta study to show yourself approved to the Most High. Rightly dividing the word of truth. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. You know, I'm reading these verses, but you can precept all of these chapters. That's not the subject matter. We're dealing with our big brother, Mashayach, Yahawashi, to the glory of the Most High. And this one falls alongside of how the wicked have said that they represent him. But they're opposite of where he was. You can't be prideful. He made himself of no reputation. That cancels out any kind of pride. He did not sin. That's why the Most High said, hey, he's going to visit the sins of Edom. And if he's going to visit the sins of all the wicked, those that are following the way of the wicked. So everybody that got a chance to come back. You can't change the judgment though. It would say verse 4, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts, see? So the Most High not in your thoughts. I tell you all the time. The way you think, the way you speak, the way you act. So the Most High ain't in your thoughts, then you wicked. Straight up, you gonna fall right around with the goats. You're gonna be on the left side, right with the goats. Because he ain't in your thoughts. You ain't confessing to Mashayach, Yahawashi. So we ain't confessing you before the Most High and the angels. You women better be careful because it says you better have a covering because of the angels. You know, Mashayach ain't confessing you to the angels because you ain't in his thoughts. You ain't confessing him. You gotta look out for Satan. A lot of y'all don't rebuke Satan. And know how. Better understand. This is real, people. This is real as real could be. Verse 1 again. Why standest thou afar off, O Most High? I mean, he ain't near. Why standest thou afar off? Why are you so far away, Most High? Listen, why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? Why are you hiding in the times of our trouble? You know? So that's what Israel say, man. It's like, you know, this ain't nothing new. It's been this way. Listen, go to Malachi 1:1. This are our people. This is you. Malachi 1:1. The burden of the word of the Most High to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Most High. So Most High said, I have loved you. Yasharala. Listen what Israel say. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? You ain't loved us. Where have you loved us? Just what Israel say. Because the Most High ain't in your thoughts. Because in your thoughts, it be in your speech, it be in your actions. Straight up. So if it's not there, and if it's a problem that you cannot overcome, then you're wicked. You got to change, you got to repent, come out of that. This is what he said to Israel. I have loved you, said the Most High. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? He said, was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said the Most High. Yet I loved Jacob. Verse 3, and I hated Esau. He said Esau's our brother. But he loved Jacob and hated Esau. And laid his mountains, let you know Esau will come from the mountains. And his head is waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So he said, hey, Israel said, Most High, I loved you. Past tense, present tense, future tense. And we say, how you loved us. That's something to say to the Most High. That's why David is saying in Psalms 10:1, why standest thou far off, O Most High? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? Because Israel say, how you loved us? Knowing good and well we done been wicked as ever, breaking his laws, statutes, commandments, because the majority of us is 2/3. And the righteous and the wicked went into captivity behind what the wicked done. And still doing it. On a high level. Psalms 10:5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above, out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. See? This is what he does. He has said in his heart, this is what your heart is your mind, I shall not be moved. For I shall never be in adversity. That's what he said. He said, I will not be moved. I will not be in adversity. But let's go to Isaiah 47, the 47th chapter, and verse 7. And thou said, I shall be a lady forever. Isaiah 47:7. And thou said, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, to thy mind. Even though he said with their mind, right? In their heart. Neither didst thou remember the latter end of it. See, they ain't thought about the latter end of it, but I'm going to tell you the latter end of it. Most I'm going to tell you through the Spirit. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given the pleasures, that dwelleth carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. When? The latter times, the latter end of it. The loss of children and widowhood. I mean, widowhood means killing the men, killing the children and the men. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. See? So that's what's going down. Though they say, in verse 6 of Psalm the 10th chapter, he hath said in his heart, which is mine, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. I will never be in adversity. But you hear what the Most High said, the conclusion of the whole matter is at the latter end. Verse 7, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity, speaking things that's of no value spiritually. But our people love it so. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places does he murder the innocent. Now come on. Waiting, just sitting there, waiting on someone. Those of you by, woo, here they come behind you. And we done seen it where our brothers and sisters have been killed over and over again. What's the verdict? Not guilty. Mashayach, looking at all this, when you come to judge and make war, there is a judgment. Their judgment is not right, but there is a judgment. That's why the Most High said they will look upon their sins. See, everybody had a Bible. They published it. We ain't write it. We ain't publish it. They published it, so they have it. Here it is. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places does he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. What happened to all the people that's on the walls of Walmart? What happened to them? You ever hear about they discovered them, they found this people, that person, in all the cities that you see missing persons on the walls of Walmart. He lies in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He does catch the poor when he draws him into his net, into his trap. I mean, look at all the trafficking that's going on, sex trafficking and so forth. Catching people, they put them in a trap. They can't get out. You know what, that cat that had about three women in his house for years, had a baby by one of them and all that. Raised them in his house, chained up and just can't get out, just slaves, just at his mercy. Wicked people, boy. He crouches and humbles himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. See? Good cop, bad cop. You know how that is. Talk very nice to you. That's you know. Here come the bad one, bringing up accusations against you and treat you wrong. And beyond them, those that's over them. Forces and so forth. The Most High word is true. He crouches and humbles himself. I like black people. I have black friends. How you doing? Everything okay? That's how you know you all jacked up. You jacked up. What did it say? That the poor may fall by his strong ones. See? You have those that supposed to represent you and they act like everything is cool. All they doing is they work for them. That you may fall by his strong ones. The ones that can give the verdict of whatever it is that they'll bring against you. Come on, that's why it's bad for those that's trying to do right. How you can be right in a wicked ass kingdom? Get caught up. That's so you know. You follow the same system. That's why the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy. So what did Israel do? Get caught up in the trap, as it's saying. Look at Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. You see what it said? He crouches, in verse 10 of Psalm the 10th chapter, he crouches and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones, right? Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. It's going to come. Let you know. It take a long time for iron to rust, but he let you know. No matter how long it takes, his wickedness is coming. That's why I say, he crouches and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. Make up stuff on you and all that. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And I mean, you look at the wicked, they'll crouch down and be cool with you. Even your own people, Israel. That the poor, who we are, may fall by his strong ones. May fall by his strong ones. Let you know you all are too caught up in something with the system strong ones. Listen. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Hear this in the spirit. Never trust thine enemies. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Oh, that's why Mashayach said, what will a man give for his soul? See, though he humbled himself, as we saying, and go crouching, just like we just read. In Psalm 10 and 10, yet take good heed, and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. See, you're going to know that he's still wicked, and you're going to bring the wickedness on you. Even if you got to tell the strong ones to come after you, straight up. Verse 11, Psalms 10 and 11. He hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it. Come on. They say, hey, the Most High hath forgotten. Most High ain't thinking about us, what we did, what we doing. Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face. He ain't looking at us. He can't see us. Ain't that what they say? You can't see me. Let's see if the Most High can see him or not. Ecclesiastes 23 and 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. He doesn't get away from the Most High. So when you say he don't see you, he do see you. His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men. Psalms 10 and 12. Arise, O Most High, our power. Arise, O Most High, our Master, our power. That's Kramabanawa Yahweh. Kramabanawa Most High. Lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Yeah? Rise, O Most High, our Master. Lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Forget not the humble. Those that are poor in spirit, those that are really trying to make it to the kingdom. Those that have a broken and contrite spirit. Wherefore does the wicked contemn the Most High? He hath said in his heart, so the wicked said in his mind, thou would not require it, thou would not require it, but the Most High said, one of my favorites, he will not require it, right? He don't see us. He will not require it. But the Most High says, he's going to see it. He sees what they're doing. Lamentations 4:22. All praises to the Most High. His word is true. He don't see us. He would not require it. But let's see what the Most High says. Hear this word of the Most High, Yahawashi. Lamentations 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. Punishment. We once been judged by the Most High. It says it's accomplished. When it's accomplished, O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. Then you know, we saw the last captivity. Zion, Israel, 12 tribes of Israel. He's not going to carry us anymore into captivity. What he's going to do? He will visit thine iniquity. He will visit your wickedness. Who? O daughter of Edom, that you know that after our last captivity of Deuteronomy 28:68, when the Most High shall bring you into Egypt, captivity, slavery, bondage again with ships. That's our last captivity. Deuteronomy 28:68. That's it. What he say gonna do next? He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Zion, of Edom. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. He will discover your sins. That's why when they say this, verse 13 let you know, they don't know the Most High. That's why Wisdom of Solomon 5:7 says, so the way of the Most High and the Mashayach, we have not known it. Regardless of how much you're going to teach. That's the end result. That you think the Most High is a lie. You think the Most High is lying? It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. He had that written. Listen. Psalms 10:13. Wherefore does the wicked contemn the Most High? He hath said in his heart, this is mine. Thou would not require it. He just told you. He gonna visit your sins, your iniquity, your wickedness. In Wisdom of Solomon 5:7 says, we have wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness, but salvation is coming to the 12 tribes of Israel. 1/3, mind you. They gonna say, we have wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. We have gone through deserts where there lay no way. As for the way of the Most High and the Mashayach Yahawashi, we have not known it. That's what they're going to say. So no matter how much you teach, they're going to say, we have not known it. Because they weird themselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Verse 14, Psalms 10:14. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and smite. To requite it with thy hand, the poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Most High, the helper of the fatherless. Those that father has died, and the widow. You will find the fatherless and the widow. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Break his arm, Most High. That's what it's saying. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. You know when you're not going to find any? When that judgment is coming. The Most High is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of this land. Most High, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare thy heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. You hear that? He's going to hear, and he's going to judge the fatherless and the oppressed. That's we, the children of Israel. The fatherless are those that have lost their father. That the man of the earth may no more oppress. He never oppress us anymore. It's finished. It's over. Done. Yes. From there, we want to look at Romans, go to Romans 13. Romans the 13th chapter. When that oppressor is no more, that's when there's going to be no more sadness, no more tears in the kingdom. There'll be joy and laughter and happiness forever. Romans 13:9. But this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, which is murder, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, that's lying, thou shalt not covet, thou shalt not covet. You see that the wicked covet. They uplive coveting. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor, that's an Israelite, as thyself, as yourself. Say, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. I mean, what is love? Love is the keeping of the law. Mashayach told us in John 14:15, if you love me, keep my commandments. John 14:15. 1 John 5:3. But it's the love of the Most High that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. People be sad and doing what's right and pleasing the Most High. So when you please the Most High, he make even your enemies be at peace with you. So you got to twist it. That's why they say you're under the law. So you won't please the Most High, and your enemies not going to be at peace with you. Believe that. Whether they not at peace with you now, you're going to find out. Just told you, said never trust thine enemy. You're going to find out. You see, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. Love the Most High, we just read to that. Love the Most High, love our neighbors ourselves. Go to James, the second chapter. James, the second chapter. And we're going to look at verse 8. James 2:8. If you fulfill the royal law, there's a royal law, according to the scripture, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Ye do well. See? It says, if you fulfill the royal law, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. That's the royal law. Verse 9. But if ye have respect of persons, which the Most High has no respect of persons, he only have respect of we as a nation of Israel. Exodus 2:25. But if ye have respect to persons, ye commit sin. I mean, partiality to one person against the other, or more so than the other. If ye have respect to persons, ye commit sin, and are convinced of the law as transgressors. See? Because the Most High said he has no respect for persons. So how you going to have respect for persons? Can't do it. Else you off. You're going to be off in the eyes of the Most High and of Mashayach, as it's being written in the scriptures and in the books. Look at Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. Hear that? We as individuals, you do something wrong, you receive for the wrong which you have done. And there is no respect of persons. Ain't no respect of persons. There it is. So if you have respect of persons, then you are. Well, silent have respect of persons. Mashayach have respect of persons. When you meet the judgment seat of the Most High, and Mashayach Yahawashi will be judged for what you have done, whether it was good or evil. Point blank. So hopefully you do enough good where you be blessed. Mashayach said, hey, come on over here, my son or my daughter, in the thou into the kingdom. Wouldn't that be glorious to be told that after all this hell we've been through, and suffering and oppression? If it's not you, it's one of our brothers and sisters that's going through. Believe that. pain and suffering. First Peter, one of the first chapters. We're going to look at verse 14. As obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance. That's why it says, hey, now to be obedient, you're going to have to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Point blank. That's how you be obedient. Having faith in the Mashayach, Yahawashi, fearing the Most High. 1 Peter 1:14. As obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance. What the Most High told us, I gave that up to the brothers who have done many vain things and many atrocities against others. The Most High told us this in Acts 17 and 30. Acts 17 and 30. In the times of this ignorance, meaning not knowing, Most High winked at. Maybe you did something that was wicked. Most High winked at. But now commanded all men everywhere to repent. He commanded all men everywhere to repent. Ask for forgiveness from what you've done. Because he have appointed a day. He appointed a day. It's a day that only the Most High knows, in which he will judge the world in righteousness by that man whom he have ordained, Mashayach, Yahawashi, the only begotten Son, the anointed Savior, who the world calls Jesus Christ. He have ordained, whereof he have given assurance unto all men, and that he hath raised them from the dead. Oh yeah. Going back to Peter's first chapter, in the 14th verse again, as obedient children, following the Most High's rules and regulations, his law, statutes, commandments. Not fasten yourself according to the former lust in your ignorance, the old man that used to be in your ignorance, not knowing the truth, but working to be obedient as you can now. But as he which have called you is holy, pure and true, so be ye holy, pure and true, in all matter of conversation. See, people, that's something that people can't relate to because they're too worldly. You too worldly, you can't handle a spiritual conversation, because you got to be able to talk about what it is that's written. You hear what he said? But as he which called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation, because it is written, he is holy, be ye holy, for I am holy. And if you call on the Father, O Most High, you call on the Most High, who without respect of persons, I mean, can't get no clearer than that, who without respect of persons. That's why we can't no respect of persons. People think because they talk to you, they know you, ain't no respect of persons. Like you got a free pass because you are this person or that person. That's pride. Most I don't have no respect of persons, so all of us that's leaders, you can't have no respect of persons. A lot of you don't want to give the wicked women scripture. You want to show wicked women that they wicked and they off because you don't like women not to like you, but you'll tear a brother up. Y'all better change your ways. This Bible hits cuss this way, that way, all the way to the marrow of the bone. All of us, men and women and children. Nobody got no pass. You hear what he said? Y'all give some people a pass. There ain't no pass for nobody. None of us. Oh, I know I'm just what I know. You can't treat me like that. How you gonna be treated? How the Most High gonna deal with you? You better be glad he have men to deal with you more so than the Most High. Most High consuming fire and say, I will melt you. Say, I kill and make alive. We don't have the opportunity to do that. We have mercy and grace. But the Most High said he will. That's why he says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. You wonder why this is going on, that's going on, because the Most High dealing with you. You can point the finger at man all you want to, but the Most High dealing with you. Listen to what he said. Verse 17. And if ye call on the Father, who without respect of persons judges according to every man's work. Hear that? Everything you do. That's how the Most High judge you for what you do. That's why you got to be on point. That's why I say, let's go take it to the throne of the Most High. In the name of the Lord and Savior. If you're so sure of what you got, and what you're doing is so correct, then you should be able to go to the throne of the Most High and let the Most High judge. Or be quiet. If I'm wrong, I got to shut down. And I realize, hey, it's time for me to shut down. I shut down. You better learn to shut down. All of you. Tell you it's a fearful thing to follow in the living power. Remember that mercy and grace being lifted up. Therefore, that straight, that what I'm saying is the Most High is a consuming fire. Mashayach is fanning them flames from us. He gonna move out of the way. Get him. Just go ahead and do whatever you're gonna do, Most High. He's not standing in the gap for us. Because some of you do the same thing over and over again. You got to know to say a just man falls 7 times and rises up again. Come on, man. Don't try to use that 7 as completion. All your life, come on. Sometimes you gotta stop doing the same thing over and over again. And you women too. You ain't excluded. The Most High called men. You know, we gotta get it together. So the women can follow in righteousness of the righteousness of the men. Otherwise, they're going to be wicked. They're going to be burned up just like everybody else. Who's really going to endure to the end? That's the question. You know, and how you going to endure to the end and what matters? That's why I say, they were saying, what? The humble person. The humble person. The one with a broken and contrite spirit. The one that love what the word says is going to stand by the word and stand. Who's going to stand up for me against the evildoers? Who's going to stand up for me, most I said, against the workers of iniquity? This is to save your spirit. That's why you got to understand, it's not personal, but it is the point of how the Most High say we have to be. Or else the blood going to be on us. That's why I say I don't respect the person. That's why you can't really, you become numb to the ignorance. You got to correct it. Straight up. If you're truly, you're going to correct it and keep it moving. We pray that the Most High bring those that are corrected to the proper understanding. That's why I say the Most High don't respect the person. You think you got a pass with the Most High? None of us got no pass with the Most High. No Mashayach, Yahawashi coming to judge you for whatever you've done in these mortal bodies. That's why you got to think about what you do. Especially what you say. Verse 17, and if ye call on the Father, who without respect of persons judges according to every man's work, past the time of your sojourning here in fear. Did it say love and peace and happiness and joy? Past the time of your sojourning in these mortal bodies, with fear. It's saying, for as much as you know that you were not redeemed with corruptible things as silver and gold from your vain conversation received by tradition from your fathers. You see, what if his conversation about this, that, and the third, he got no spiritual conversation, just vain conversation that come from your fathers. So we weren't redeemed by corruptible things as money. You can't go be able to buy your way into this. But with the precious blood of a Mashayach, Yahawashi, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot, who verily was foreordained. It is who really was foreordained, truly was foreordained, before the foundation of the world, but was manifest in these last times for you, Israel. This was known from the foundation of the world. I gotta come and be the ultimate sacrifice for the Most High's children. the 12 tribes of Israel. Who by him do believe in the Most High, that raised him up from the dead on the third day. So he said, tear this temple down, gonna build it up in 3 days. Ye are the temple of the Most High, your body, Israel. And gave him glory, that your faith and hope might be in the Most High. Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth. Seeing you have purified your souls, your spirits in obeying the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, the instructions that the Most High gave us. Through the Spirit unto unfeigned, genuine love of the brethren. Genuine love of the brethren. Not holding no grudges and no ill feelings. That's why the Most High said, let not the sun go down upon your wrath. We can't have no grudges against our brothers. But some of you do. So your souls are not purified in obeying the truth through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of the brethren. That's genuine love of the brethren. See that ye love one another with a pure heart, fervently. Being born again, it's a different man. Being born again, changing your ways. Not a corruptible seed, not of the same old corrupt man that you was before, or that you see people in the world bringing forth. But of incorruptible, by the word of the Most High. Yeah? By the word of the Most High. You know the word of the Most High, then you're going to conduct yourself properly. If not, then you incorruptible. You corruptible. If you don't. And you're working to be incorruptible. Everybody should be working to see that body that's going to last forever and ever and ever. Which liveth and abideth forever. See? Which liveth and abideth forever. Now, I will am forever and ever and ever. Hallelujah. See? For all flesh is grass, and all the glory of man as the flower of grass. The grass withereth, and the flower thereof fadeth away. Look, you just like, look at us. We like grass. All flesh is as grass. Grass withering, the flower faded away, man. It falls away, faded out, it falls away. That's how you look at it. But the word of the Most High endure forever. And this is the word which by the gospel is preached unto you. Hear the word of the Most High, people, before it's too late. Galatians 5 and 14. Galatians 5:14.